Hello again and welcome back to tutorial number 3. So we left off with this floor plan of a typical semi-detached house. So what I want to show you now is how I can replicate this and change it from a solid wall to cavity wall without too much of heartache, really. So again, I'm just going to move that out of the way a little bit. So what I want to do now is I want to replicate this so I can copy and paste virtually this in its entirety. So I'm going to left click up there and I'm going to make sure that the blue envelope encapsulates all the drawing. Click that, and that's where we're up to now. So if I right click, I can go into clipboard and I can click copy with base point, paste as block. Now I always go copy with base point, and the reason is that means I can select the corner of a building, say this point there, and I can move the building from that point. If I was to just click copy, which isn't unheard of, it would just copy it over anywhere I want. If you click any of the others, obviously you don't want click cut because that goes. And you don't want paste as block either, but I'll explain to that in a minute. So copy with paste point, I'm going to click that, and it's going to say specify the base point in that little grey box. So I'm going to go down there, I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to click there. So once I've done that, I can right click again, go back into, and then click paste. Now as you can see there, I've got exactly the same pattern. I'm going to line it up with there so as it's in the same place, so it's in line with the face of the house, and I can pop that there and I've got it. Now if you paste as block, you can't, all these become one line, so you can't see the individual points like I've got here. If you paste in block, it'll highlight the whole lot, and then you're a bit snookered when it comes to any editing. So I'm going to click escape to get rid of all that. So obviously the dimensions of the house haven't changed. All I want to do is change the internal layout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete that. So I've highlighted those two, click delete. I'm going to do the same with these walls, like so. Delete. Let's get rid of that so you can't see that. Escape, select, and delete, and zoom out, zoom back in. So can you see what I did there? I've zoomed out, and because this is the area I want to zoom in, I put the crosshairs there and zoom, and it takes me to that point. So I'm down here now, so I'm zooming in there. So I'm just highlighting these internal walls because I'm going to change this from a one brick thick wall, which is 225 millimeters, to cavity wall. Okay, so now what I need to do, this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to select draw line, and from this point up I'm going to go 100 millimeters because that's the width of a brick, and that there is 375, so that wants to be 275. I'm going to zoom out, hold the wheel down so I can drag the whole piece over, and if I was to go up there, that's 890, so I want that 880. And then I'm going to zoom in up this point, snap to that, bang, and square that off, and escape. Escape, he says. So that's me one brick thick wall. So now what I want to do, and this what we'll have to probably do in a minute, and I'll explain this in a moment or two. So I'm going to click my line, and I'm going to go from there, and I'm going to go 100 mil. Now I haven't drawn the line. You can see it's got a dotted line. So I'm just going to go type in 100, and that'll move it to there. Now I'm drawing the line. And this time that's 275, so this is going to be 175. And I can go zoom out, mouse down, and so that is 870, take away 100 is 8600. And again, I'm going to zoom in so I can see in a little bit more detail. Snap in line with that, snap to the green line, return that, and click escape, and now I've got a cavity. So I'm going to go back down here, and this is where we'd have to change things because I mean I'm not going to get into building regs or anything like that at the moment because that would be too much. But I'm going to go 100mm because that's my internal skin, and that's 175. So I'm going to go 75mm in, and I'm going to zoom out, mouse down, zoom in. Get the green snap line so I know I'm going parallel. That's 8.5, so I want 8.4. And again, green line, snap, pull down, bang, left click, drawn, escape. So now I've got a cavity wall. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on these bits in a minute, but you can see how I've done that, and I will do that again in a minute. But also what we want to do, as you will have seen on many wall details, and that's where we can do hatchings. So we'll do hatchings as well in a minute. So first of all, let me finish off these things here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So select the line, select that point, 100mm. I'm going to snap that there, snap that there, make sure I go there. Then I'm going to do this slightly different because this is a parallel run. So I'm going to get from that point there. I know that a wall is 300mm wide, 200mm skins and an 100mm cavity. So I'm going to go 300 there. So that means I can come along there and snap to that. I can go 100mm. And I can return down there, snap that, click escape, draw, and do that. I mean, we'll do a bit more detail about the cavity closures in a minute, but at the moment I just want to close that cavity. And I'm going to do the same here. So we're just going to go 100mm, return into there, escape, and then I'm going to go back on to draw line. From that point to there, I'm going to go 300mm. I'm going to return into there. I'm going to go up there 100mm and back out. Click escape. So now you can see the cavity walls being formed. I'm going to do exactly the same on the front elevation. So I'm putting I'm pressing the wheel down and holding it down, and that means I can drag everything around as much as I want. I'll do that a little bit more so you get a little bit seasick. There you go. You're welcome. And so now I'm going to click on start, the line again. I'm going to repeat the process. So we're going to go 100mm. Bring that snap line in to there, return that. Then I'm going 300mm that way because that's the width of the wall. Bring it in line with there. Snap, 100mm, bring it through, click escape, draw line, fill that in, click escape, and now you can see that we're starting to get near completion. So I'm just going to go in there, and from that point I'm going to go 100mm. I'm just going to go 100 there. Make sure you get that green box there so you can snap it in line. 100mm. Escape. Draw line. And connect that up. Okay, so escape. So now you can see we have the same floor plan for for the same size house, one in solid wall, and now you've got one in cavity wall. So when we come back, we'll think about using some of the other functions in there, namely maybe mirror, rotate, and we'll move in as well, and maybe chopping and changing, and probably putting something called hatchings in, and that's just a shading, but we call them hatchings. It's important that we call them the right thing. So we'll do that in a second or two. Thank you very much.